Hello, everybody! My name is GeekNesis, and playing solo is cool and all, but the real fun begins when you play with your friends. Of course, there are multiplayer games, but most of those just feel like standing alone in a massive player base. But don't worry, today we are looking at the top 10 best new games that you can play along with your friends as local co-op or over the internet. Without further ado, let's dive into the list. Number 10. Outriders. Outriders is a third-person shooter mixed with elements from role-playing games. Players can create their custom characters and choose from 4 classes. All classes have special skills with short cooldown times and can be combined with other skills for maximum effect. This game features a skill tree that allows players to unlock and upgrade their skills. You can use different weapons such as shotguns and assault rifles to defeat enemies, and firearms can be customized with weapon mods. You can hide behind cover, though health will only regenerate if the player manages to hurt or kill enemies. Players combat both monsters and human enemies. As the player progresses, the world difficulty also increases. Number 9. Deep Rock Galactic. This one is a 1 to 4 player cooperative first-person shooter. This game takes place in dark caves on a dangerous planet full of minerals, biomes, and bugs. Ugh. Players have to work together while exploring procedurally generated cave systems. Players take on the role of 4 space dwarves assigned to various missions, which include many objectives such as mining specific materials, stealing alien eggs, eliminating targets, or retrieving lost equipment. These are usually the main objective, required to complete the mission, but it is also possible to complete a secondary objective to receive extra credits, which are used to improve the player's weapons and abilities of the classes, and experience points, which will increase a player's level. Number 8. Risk of Rain 2. Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelike third-person shooter where players control a survivor who is stranded on an alien planet. To survive, they navigate through various environments, killing monsters and looting chests to collect items that boost their offensive and defensive capabilities. On each level, the goal is to locate a teleporter, randomly located on the level. Once activated, the players must defend themselves from an onslaught of aliens, including bosses, until the teleporter is completely active. Killing aliens gains experience and currency. The currency can be used to open chests that randomly drop items on the level. Over time, the game's difficulty increases, spawning more powerful and dangerous creatures. The game supports up to 4 people in online multiplayer. Number 7. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. This is a platform or battle royale game which draws inspiration from game shows like Takeshi's Castle. Up to 60 players can compete in matches with battle royale style gameplay. The aim is to qualify for subsequent rounds by successfully completing each of the randomly selected minigames. Certain minigames involve running towards a finish line at the end of a map, while others add elements of teamwork. On every minigame, obstacles appear around the map for added complexity. Players who are too slow or fail certain requirements for a minigame are eliminated. On the final round, the remaining few players compete in a final match with randomized minigames designed for smaller player size. The winner of the match is the last player standing. Number 6. Among Us. Among Us is an online multiplayer social deduction game which takes place in a space-themed setting where players need to take on one of 2 roles, most being crewmates and a predetermined number of being imposters. The game supports 4 to 10 players and has 3 maps. Crewmates are given tasks to complete around the map in the form of minigames, consisting of maintenance work on vital systems such as electrical rewiring and fueling the engines. Imposters are given a fake list of tasks in order to blend in with crewmates, and have the ability to sabotage the map systems, traverse vents, identify any other imposters, and murder crewmates. The crewmates win by completing all tasks before being murdered, or by finding and eliminating all the imposters. For the imposter to win, they must kill enough crewmates that the number of imposters is equal to the number of crewmates or have a sabotage countdown run out. Gotta be real good at lying for this one. Number 5. Valheim. Valheim is a survival and sandbox game. All of the players are Vikings in the afterlife, where they have to craft tools, build shelters, and fight enemies to survive. The game uses stylized 3D graphics with a third-person perspective and a combat system inspired by action games. You can cooperatively play this game with up to 9 people, and the game also supports PvP gameplay. The game has multiple biomes with different enemies, bosses, and items available as the player progresses through the game. Combat ranges between close combat with both one- and two-handed weapons, shields, and long-range bows. Players can travel through the different biomes either by foot or boat, where the boats range from rafts to full Viking longships. Number 4. Satisfactory. Satisfactory is a first-person, open-world exploration and factory-building game, where the player takes the role of an engineer that has been sent to a planet via a landing pod with orders to colonize it. That is, build a complex factory on the planet. The player has a choice of 4 starting locations, which affect the availability of resources that the player has easy access to and the amount of flat land for building factories. On landing, the player starts by constructing a hub from the crash pod's parts, the main location from which most other construction they will build extends from. From there, the player works to expand the hub from one tier to the next by providing specific components, most of which have to be made by gathering local resources. Number 3. Phasmophobia. Okay, this one is one of my favorites. Phasmophobia is an indie horror game where the player takes control of one member from a group of up to 4 players, in the roles of an urban exploring ghost hunters who are contracted to deal with ghosts inhabiting different abandoned facilities such as homes, schools, prisons, and hospitals. The game features 12 different varieties of ghosts, each of which behave differently. In order to find out which type of ghost they have encountered, the player must collect evidence on the ghost. The end goal of the game is not to defeat the ghost, but to collect enough information on them. Players can communicate through voice chat, which the ghost itself hears and reacts to. You can also use different equipment such as UV flashlights, thermometers, EMF readers, CCTV cameras, crucifixes, and Ouija boards. Spooky, huh? Number 2. It Takes Two. It Takes Two is an action-adventure video game with elements from platform games. This game is specifically designed for split-screen cooperative multiplayer, which means that it must be played with another player either through local or online play. In-game, the players control an estranged couple named Cody and May, who are converted into dolls by a magic spell. The two must work together with assistance from a magical book character named Dr. Hakim in order to fix their relationship and return to the real world. The game features a large number of game mechanics from various video game genres, ranging from rampaging vacuum cleaners to suave love gurus. Number 1. Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2 is a cooperative cooking simulation video game where teams of up to 4 players prepare and cook orders in absurd restaurants. Players can gather, chop, and cook ingredients, combine them on plates, serve dishes, and wash dishes. The game tends to overwhelm. Between coordinating short orders and bumping into each other's characters, the sequel builds atop the original game with new interactive levels, restaurant themes, chef costumes, and recipes. Some levels have moving floors and other obstacles that complicate the cooking process, including portals, moving walkways, and impassable fires. The game also has an online multiplayer in which teams can connect either across a local wireless network or through online matchmaking. And that wraps up our list. Just get any of these games and you'll have a ton of fun. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to see more of us in the future. Bye-bye!